hold on a second. Even if it was a white boy that got sentenced to 35 years and he was 17 years old, I would say the same thing that Beaver said. Because that's my heart. I'm not obsessed with race. I'm obsessed with being righteous. It's not righteous for Edward to say George Zimmerman should have got off, but Carmelo should have got 35 years. I'm saying let's be fair across the board. I love white people as well as black. I know anybody can stab you in the back. Sorry, I'm not a racist, I'm a realist, right? But the thing is, I'm not going to just agree with Edward every time he says something just because he's my brother. I'm going to say, let's be logical and let's not have cognitive dissonance. Because your thoughts aren't in harmony if you say George Zimmerman should have walked off free for killing somebody, but yet Carmelo should have got 35 years for killing somebody. Which way is it?
But you're saying that because Edward said 35 years is right, and you think that it should be less, and also it's the 35 years of Carmelo has to spend behind bars. But you can also say that the life of Metcalfe is gone forever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So why is that 35 years? Should it be less, more than 35 years? And then even if you say less is the correct one, why would that reflect that Edward is considering from the race point?
So what I'm saying is, if he believes murder is wrong and you should be convicted of murder, then that should be the way it is across the board. But once I changed the scenario to George Zimmerman killing Trayvon, he said George Zimmerman was neighborhood watch. And he didn't really dwell on the fact that Trayvon Martin died, right? So what I'm saying is, let's be one way. If murder is wrong and you think people should be convicted of murder, then you wouldn't agree that George Zimmerman should have walked away scot-free, right?
Okay,
because he took somebody's life. Is this rocket science?
Hello?
That's a different matter.
Yeah.
But it's not, because it's still somebody's life. They can't take it. How is it different?
Yeah. So,
Because there wasn't enough evidence to convict George Zimmerman of any
Did he kill
crime.
Trayvon?
well, okay. So if you want to,
I need some smart people to talk to me, man. Come on. It's a very intelligent room. I know you understand what I'm saying.
Hanson,
Can I respond?
go ahead, yeah. Just let Hanson go, guys, and let King go.
So I think that what I heard the argument was you're just talking about the because Edward disagreed that 35 years is the too much, and then you said that he's talking white or to that effect, something to that effect. And then you're bringing up the Trayvon, which is another case. If we have to, if we want to do that comparison, then we have to compare the two in details, right? I don't know whether the premise is that you think that these two cases are the same, and it just reverse the skin color. Then if that premise is right, then we can conclude then one is unfair, one is fair, one is unfair. But we haven't gone through that process. And for you to just bringing up with some other case to say that it fits your conclusion, that you cannot draw that conclusion. That's a non-sequitur. So actually, I have a
So this is my problem, right? So when I talk about murder and I talk about these cases, I just looked up Kyle Rittenhouse, who also killed two people, right? Got off. Yeah. Shout out to the chat. It says, here we go again. But the thing is, you can't debunk what I'm saying. You have to prove it wrong.
So basically,
Hold on one second. Is murder?
Why
Is murder wrong?
35 years.
That's the question.
Yes, murder is wrong.
Okay,
The thing is whether it's murder
even if
wrong,
you
we have to
say less is the correct one,
why would that
you
have to have
that
the premise? If the premise doesn't hold, then
So what I'm saying is, if he believes murder is wrong and you should be convicted of murder, then that should be the way it is across the board.
If you have
But once I change the
established
scenario
now you're bringing the
to
third
George.
case, the
Here we go again.
Kyle Rittenhouse, right? So you're bringing the second case and third case before you have established the equivalence of all these cases. There's nothing you can draw. There's no conclusion you can draw.
There's no conclusion we can draw.
Yes,
People
because
died
you
in all
haven't.
the cases.
Yes, you haven't
Were
established
people, hold on
the
a second. Were people murdered in all the cases that I mentioned?
case. No, because you
Okay.
cannot
This
draw
is-
the conclusion.
But killing. I think when it comes
King,
to
there's a
using the
difference
term
on all
murder.
these cases.
Wait a second.
Difference.
But even if we're to look at, and this is why I hate it when people bring up the Kyle Rittenhouse case, is because he shot 3 white people, and I'm personally, after seeing the footage, I really, yeah, he was acting in self-defense. In fact, the people he shot deserve the Darwin Award. So, like, why? The very first guy, a pedophile, which, you know, I'm not going to say anything about what I don't want to muddy my argument, but you literally saw Kyle Rittenhouse running for him. He was chasing him between cars, and then he got cornered and then shot him in the head. I don't know, like, if there is somebody, even if they're politically, well, I mean, obviously the only reason I chase somebody is because they politically, I think
So
stand
people
for
take
them
that-
against. I would expect them to shoot me if I ended up cornering them.
Okay, so Pat, so whatever what I'm saying is we haven't established murder. Killing somebody is not equivalent to murder. Okay, so
Exactly.
self-defense could be other things. So
That's what I was
saying
getting at.
that
There's
it's
a difference between killing someone and murdering someone.
Exactly,
Big
that's the
difference.
point. That's the conceptual difference.
Did George
So
Zimmerman
before you have-
murder or kill Trayvon?
He killed him.
Okay.
Well,
So the question is, hold on.
So
Did Carmelo Anthony kill the guy that
Yes.
he got sentenced for?
He murdered him. That was murder. That wasn't
So
killing.
George Zimmerman didn't murder Trayvon.
Well, let me get some facts on the George Zimmerman. He had a broken nose, lacerated head, black eye, and the witness said that Zimmerman was on top of him, like pummeling him and shoving his head into the concrete. So that means more of an imminent threat. That's probably why he got off. And Rittenhouse was textbook self-defense.
Yeah.
This one, I think the difference is there wasn't an imminent threat of death. I think is the difference here.
Yeah.
But he did say he felt that. That was the process.
Kyle Rittenhouse is a clear case of self-defense. Okay. So it's not murder. And
Carmelo
actually,
said he was doing self-defense. You don't know that? You should look up the case.
Who's doing?
Okay, Carmelo said he was doing that in self-defense.
No. Can you repeat what you're saying? I didn't hear.
I said Carmelo. This case, as I looked it up, because I haven't been following this case.
Nothing you can
But if
draw.
you look it up, Carmelo said
There's
no conclusion we can draw.
A claim
By
is
the guy
not
that
have
all the
self-defense.
cases.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
he's
have
saying
it.
self-defense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But claim.
Were people murdered in all the cases in America?
No, because you
But
cannot
this is with Kyle Rittenhouse. Why is it different? That's what
Why is it
Kyle
different?
Rittenhouse is judged to be self-defense.
You don't see that brainwashing, y'all.
No, it's based on a reasonable.
That's exactly what we're talking about. It's
You're brainwashed, bro, and that's the problem. You don't have your own mind.
claiming
All of y'all, you
self-defense
come to the
and
conclusion.
It's judged.
Why can't you view it as a negative thing, but also hold people accountable? Why can't you hold anybody accountable for their actions? Why is it like unacceptable for you to do so? Like, I can say that all of those people did shit things, and I'm sad that they died. But if you put yourself into a position, but you cannot hold this child accountable for his actions. Why? What is it about it that is keeping you from saying, hey, you know what, this is terrible and it was wrong?
Listen, brother, I already said that. What are we talking about?
You're not. You're saying why is it killed?
You're still defending him by saying that.
Have you been here the whole conversation?
Wait a second.
Because I haven't seen you here.
Yeah. So the thing is,
So my thing is, when people come late to a conversation,
You
walk
ain't
in with
here for the whole
audacity.
convo.
You should be trying to get clarification of what you missed.
So I said he was wrong
Shut the
with
fuck
what
up.
he
You ain't here
did.
for the whole
But I
combo,
do
you
feel like
garbage.
they could have gave him a lighter sentence. That's what I
Well,
said, brother.
that's not-
It's very wrong.
I think-
Hey, Chef, I think murder
I think they should give it 50 years, not 35.
I don't believe that. Sorry.
Okay, so,
Because
so the
the
thing
problem
is,
is
there's a clear conceptual mistake, right? So King was claiming that
King never
if
shuts
somebody
up.
claims he's self-defending, that must be self-defending. And he's confusing, conflating two concepts.
I never said that, brother.
Claiming,
Sorry.
claiming self-defense is equal to be judged to be self-defending.
Brother, I never said that. That's what I said about people in Clubhouse. It's a lot of slow people here.
I said, how do you discount the brother Carmelo's defense when he says it was self-defense for me? And then you say, when anybody else did it, that murdered somebody and killed somebody that got off, you say it was self-defense for them.
Well,
But you say, no, this wasn't self-defense. Because why? He got convicted. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
If the jury of 12 people decides.
Hold on, I want to say this real quick, bro.
making
I want to say this real quick, brother. I'm going to get it to you. It's called selective politicking. What I'm saying is, which way is right? If murder is wrong, George Zimmerman should have been convicted for murder. Kyle Rittenhouse should have been
Can I make
convicted.
a point after you, King?
Go ahead, family.
Okay. So the difference between George Zimmerman and Carmelo Anthony and Metcalf was George Zimmerman, they proved with the injuries he sustained that he was being beaten by the man he shot, by the person he shot. Okay? So instead of being beaten and pummeled, you know, he has all the right to defend himself and shoot someone. I'm sorry, but a push, like Carmelo Anthony got pushed. He didn't get beat, he got pushed. That is not an implication to say, I can pull out a weapon and end someone's life. That is ridiculous. That is the difference between the two cases. Between
Why did George Zimmerman
giving
follow
someone justify it just because he was neighborhood watch. He saw someone that looked suspicious.
They told him to stand down, though. The cops told him to stand down, and he didn't. Now, did he get punished for that somewhat? I would think so, but I guess in Florida, I guess that if self-defense comes in, I don't know. I was reading about it just a minute ago.
Thank you so much for at least reading about it. Thank you, brother. Because they do no studying.
Yes, I think he should have got in trouble for not listening to the cops. Because they gave him an order. He should have got in trouble for that. But not get in trouble.
I don't think George Zimmerman had the right to follow that ball all over the place, get out the car, be a vigilante, and just start hitting on people. And they have no right to defend themselves.
I agree with you on that, for sure.
Thank you, Beaver. Somebody can see my
But I
side. Thank you.
mean, now, but if you're getting your face beaten in and you're getting ready to be knocked unconscious and you got a gun and it's you or him, I mean, I would have probably done the same thing.
If it was me, I would have called the police.
But like I said, King, I understand you. I agree with you. You know, Zimmerman shouldn't have done certain things. Correct. He should not have done those things. But the fact that he was being brutally attacked by that young man resulted in him in pulling out the gun and shooting him. That I understand.
Absolutely. Gotcha.
Actually, I have a question.
1 second, Hanson, 1 second. Let me just get out of here. Get out of your way. Hey, Matt, Beaver, Mr. E, Hanson, Pro, Mod, all of you beautiful people, all those in the basement, and King, always good to see you, and stand tall. And everyone else, have a beautiful evening, and thanks for the dialogue. Always good.
You too, Edward. God bless you, man. You be careful.
Yeah, actually, I have a question, kind of a legal question. In this case, the Anthony case. So, is there a question of trespassing?
King, why didn't you say goodbye to your slave?
Anthony went to Carmelo, went into the tent, and then was told by the whoever, the Orson or somebody else, to leave. He refused to leave. Is this a case of trespassing?
Hold on, say it again, brother. And shout out to AYN in the comments.